Good evening, everybody. Welcome to your Thursday evening Facebook Live. My name is Sarah Edwards, and I come to you guys live every Tuesday and Thursday to show you a fun new project. So today's project went together so quick and easy, and it looks like it is super duper hard. So I am so excited to show you guys that this evening. I am just going to chit chat for a second until it shows up in people's newsfeed. I did hear it go off on my iPad, which my iPad was not on the little stand, so I couldn't make sure it was on. But I do see some friends logging on. Hello, sorry, I'm just making sure everything is good on my end. Hello, Darlene, Marie, Susan, Heather, good evening. So I had to spend all day in the craft room today. I got so much accomplished. I got the bingo making takes not prepped. I got them done and designed. I am doing another event, and I got all of that done. So I'm super excited. And I went in the house, I don't know, a little after 4 because I was starving, and I thought I would go ahead and make dinner early. Epic failure. I mean, we ate it, but it was burned, and it was terrible, and it at least filled the empty spot that was in our belly. So when you're making pizza, when you're not quite sure what you're doing, have a plan B, because we almost had spaghetti because I had some leftover hamburger meat. But at least we're not starving. We're not going to go to bed hungry this evening. So hopefully your guys' evening was a little bit better. Hello, Aunt Tammy and Uncle Dan, Monique, Valerie. Hello, everybody. Okay, so it looks like we have lots logged on. So hello, Kelly. Let me flip you over, and I will kind of go over a couple things with you. I need to put my iPad in the little charger. Okay, so this catalog ends May 3rd, I believe, May 2nd. So anything that is retiring, you will want to get as soon as possible. Once it's gone, it is completely gone. This designer series paper that is on the front cover is what we are going to be playing with tonight. It is absolutely gorgeous. The stamp set and dies are carrying over, but the designer series paper isn't. So that is what we're playing with, and it is called, hold on, my whole desk has everything on it because I need lots of things for today. Expressions in ink, and I have used a ton of this paper. Obviously, you can see the scraps left over, but it is absolutely gorgeous. All of the sides, both sides obviously have different designs, so you can pick. That's just one. Let me flip it over. I have stuff everywhere. We're going to be using this green kind of marble look. The paper is just phenomenal. So if you haven't seen it or played with it, definitely get it before it is gone. I have to set that on Walt's bed because my table is a mess. Okay. The stamp set that we're going to be using for a couple of them is this Happy Mother's Day right here. The Timeless Tulips stamp set is retiring as well, but the punch is carrying over. So you don't have to worry about getting the punch right now. But the Timeless Tulips, if you don't already have this, is retiring. This is the stamp set. I did pull in this Happy Birthday on one of the cards that I did. Or one of the cards we're going to be doing tonight, just because I don't need a million Happy Mother's Day, even though I could send my mom one every single day if I wanted to. Okay, so those are the two stamp sets, and let me bring in the card. So I'm not going to really pull out the insert of this, because I actually had this sent to me. I'm sure many of you guys know my brother-in-law passed away, and I've gotten amazing, beautiful cards. So thank you so much. And I will be casing many of them. But this is the one that I'm going to be casing today. And it actually came from Darlene. I texted her this morning and asked if it was okay if I could case it. So it literally looks super duper hard. And there's a few steps to it, but it's actually pretty easy. And then this piece pulls out, and that's where you can write your sentiment. I'm not going to pull it out. Actually, I could probably flip it over. I'll flip it over and pull it out. So you write your sentiment on here. So that is what we're going to be playing with. So we have to thank Darlene for this beautiful card. Let's see. Anna Lardon, Stephanie, Jessica. Hello, ladies. Okay, so I am not going to go through every single dimension before we get started. I will go through all of them once we get going. I just don't want to put your brain in overload mode. So I set my pieces off to the side, and we're going to work with a piece of 8.5 by 11, and this is our basic whites. So you're going to bring in your scoring tool, and we are going to put the 11-inch side up at the top. Using your scoring tool is literally amazing. Once you can figure it out, you will never go back to using your scoring tool on your trimmer ever again. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to score it at 5.5 all the way down. And this is actually how I cut. I score all of my cardstock before I cut it, and that's how I get my card bases. So I put this in at the 11-inch side and I scored it at 5.5. So that's all we need our scoring tool for. I'm going to set it down in Walter's bed. Now we're going to bring in our handy dandy trimmer. And we are going to cut this at 4.25. I could have done this step ahead of time, but I really wanted to showcase on how to do this card from start to finish. Okay, so now we have two card bases that are 4.25 by 11. You will need both of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and fold, give this a good crease. Folding it ahead of time for this card will be a lifesaver. It will definitely help you. So now we have two pieces that are folded and ready for our card base. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip them around, and now look what we have. We're going to attach these, but first we need to do one more cut. So, I should have brought in the card that I'm doing. So this is the card where I'm doing. So here's the insert that goes on the inside. But to get these triangles, we have to now cut these two flaps. So if it's going to go like this, so we're going to cut from this corner to this corner. So I'm going to scoot one piece out. I'm going to bring in the trimmer. So I want to cut from this corner to this corner. So I'm going to open up my card base. I'm going to line the score mark in the track. And I'm going to come down here, I don't know if you can see, and I'm going to line this edge up. And I'm going to cut it off. Okay? So now let me bring in the card. We're going to attach these eventually. So we already have our one diagonal piece. So this piece, we are going to cut from this corner to this corner. So I'm going to slide this in, line up my score mark, and then sorry, my little thing is in the way. And I'm going to line up this bottom piece. Hopefully you guys can see it. It's in the camera, so I'm lining them up. And now I'm going to chop that off. So on the right portion of it, I just want to come up here and take a smidgen off the end. This just helps because they're the exact same size. When we glue these bad boys together, it's not going to pucker or buckle or whatever you do, or however you say it. There we go. That was definitely super duper easy, right? As long as you remember your left side, you're going to cut from the corner to this corner, your right side from this corner to that corner, and voila, it is done. So let's go ahead and glue these together so we don't forget where we're at. So I'm just going to put some green glue. And I prefer using green glue over our snail adhesive just because you have a little extra wiggle room. So once I lay that on, I can now kind of just finagle it to get it where you want it. And there we go. So now give that a good press because that's a lot of paper going together. Now we have our card base. Pretty spectacular, right? Oh, it is so cute and so fun. I'm so excited. Okay, so now we have a piece of our designer series paper and a piece of our cardstock, and they are the same size. They're 4 inches by 5.25. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to bring in my trimmer again. There is a bit of cutting on this guy. And I am going to trim from corner to corner. Hopefully I'm in the camera. So corner to corner. Now this piece is going to lay right there. And guess what we're going to do for this piece? We are going to cut it corner to corner again. Crazy, right? Oh, I just fell in love with this design. I have actually never have made one, so I am really excited. So on my original, let me bring it in. On my original, I wanted just a tiny bit of texture on the cardstock. I didn't do it on the designer series paper because that was pretty bold as it is, but I wanted a tiny bit of texture on there. So I have my embossing folder. So I'm just going to line up the edge of my edge of the cardstock to that line right on the embossing folder. And I actually have the embossing machine setting beside me, so I'm just going to quickly run it through. And then I don't have to worry about pushing my camera back and remembering to push it back in. So there you go. So now all we have to do is glue our pieces together. And this card is done. So definitely a wow fun fold card. So put lots of adhesive on there. And sometimes I think it might be a little bit easier to open it up to lay this down so you can see to have the little line around the cardstock. And then, because it's not just white on white. So there's our first piece. Let's flip this over, make sure it's the right direction, and attach this guy. Or girl. It could be whatever you want it to be. It's a Mother's Day card, so we're going to attach this girl to it. That doesn't sound as cute as attach this bad boy. Okay, so there we go. You could definitely go either direction if you wanted to, but I really wanted to showcase the designer series paper. So we have a tiny bit more to do before this card is completely done, and I have my handy dandy tear tape. So I'm going to come in, and I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this. So the tear tape, I don't know, it's a little over 1/8 of an inch, not quite 1/4 of an inch wide, but I don't want that entire width of it. So I am just going to go halfway on the tear tape, and the other side is sticking off, but I'll show you what I'm going to do. So we're going to tear that off, make sure it sticks, literally it sticks to everything. And then I'm going to come in. Well, it doesn't want to come off when you want it to come off, but it sticks to everything else. So I'm going to peel this off, and I'm going to roll this back on itself. So now I have just created a thinner tear tape. So line this up. There we go. Give that a good crease. That is down. And let's do the same thing on this one. And I'm kind of doing it in the air because I don't want it to stick to my surface. There we go. If you just make sure the one end is pushed down really good, you should be able to pull it up easily. Roll that back on itself and watch the magic. Ready? Voila! Gorgeous, right? Oh, love it. Okay, so our last two pieces, and this is totally optional. I wanted to have a piece of the polished pink behind it. So this is 4 by 5 1/4, and our basic white is 5 by 3 3/4. So I'm just going to glue these two together. And this is going to go on the inside so I can write my sentiments. There you go. Now all we have to do is decorate the front. And it really doesn't need a whole lot. It is pretty spot on as it is, but you can always add a little bit more to it. So I am bringing in the tulip from that stamp set, and this stamp set is retiring. So I'm going to do color on color. This is polished pink on polished pink. And I'm not 100% sure, and that I pre-cut the leaves out. So let me grab my designer series paper. And I'm actually glad I didn't cut this out because there's a tiny bit of a trick to it. Okay, so let's go ahead and punch out the tulip first. Oh, there we go. My die was actually giving me problems today too. So I'm going to line this up. There we go. Perfect. And let me get my paper out. Sometimes it sticks. Okay, so here is our tulip and our leaf. So I'm going to punch one leaf normal, and then, sorry, my punch has been giving me problems all day. And then I'm going to flip my cardstock or my designer series paper over and punch it the other way. So now both of them will be going the right direction when I put it on my tulip. There you go. Hopefully you guys liked that. Thank you, Heather. They are really fun. I've actually never, I think I said this earlier, I've never made one like this. So I was super excited to try it. Stepped out of my comfort zone a little bit. So I'm just putting mini glue dots on the back so I can attach the leaves. There we go. Flip this over. Grab some dimensionals. And I think 4 is overkill, but it's okay. It's our card, right? We can do how many ever we want. So I'm going to put that right in the center. And then I have a piece of scratch paper, and I'm going to do Happy Mother's Day. Actually, I think that's for the birthday card. So I'm going to scoot that over. So I'm going to ink up the Happy Mother's Day. Oh, maybe not. That one looks too small. Let's bring this scrap back in. Perfect. And this one I just fussy cutted with my paper snips. So there really is no specific measurement for this guy. Let's flip that over. I'm going to add a dimensional to one side and then the other side, leaving the center open because I'm going to try to straddle the daisy, tulip, whatever it is. You guys know what I'm talking about. So there you go. Look at how easy and simple and beautiful this card is, and it's all thanks to my friend. And she put some ribbon at the bottom. She put some of the pearls on the side. You can dress this up as much or as little as you want. Okay, so we have one more, and we might have enough time just because we're not cutting everything. Everything's already cut and ready to go. But I wanted to showcase the, I just lost it, Pale Papaya. That's what it is. So we're going to do this one in Pale Papaya. Same designer series paper, just a different color combo. I will definitely hold your hand doing this. Really, it was very simple. I sometimes usually mess up a lot of the times. And this one I didn't. I didn't have to do it more than once to get kind of the concept. So it was really easy. If I can do it, trust me, you guys can do it. Sorry, I needed to open that because I can't see the tone on tone. There we go. So let's put some adhesive on here. And it really doesn't weigh anymore. One would think being thick that it would be heavier, and it isn't. And that's actually what shocked me, because when I was originally looking at it to recreate it, I was like, how did she do that? I was like, did she use 12 by 12 designer series paper? And then I saw, once I lifted it up, that it was 2 sheets, and it really did not feel like that at all. So it is definitely a card that you don't have to add extra postage to. Okay, so I'm just flying through this one quickly, just because it was already all cut, and I really just wanted to walk you through the very first one, just to give you a total hands-on experience on that. And I know I'm flipping this around up and down. I'm trying to find the best angle to attach all of this. So hopefully it's not too confusing, me moving everything around. Peel this off. Flip that up. Oh, and you do want to make sure this little guy on the end is folded over as well. Otherwise, you're going to have a sticky strip along the bottom. Perfect. Oh, I love these. They're so cute. I really think I want to make more out of this designer series paper too. So fun. And it doesn't look like I brought over, oh, maybe I did. I think I actually put it away. Whew, that's shocking. I actually put something away. And I actually really think I did. There it is. Anybody who knows me, they probably are laughing because, yeah, that is not my strong suit, is putting things away. Just ask my husband. I went in earlier because I needed to I needed to send some cards out, and I told him, I was like, I'll just sit at the dining room table and do it. And he looks over at the dining room table and looks at me. And I was like, yeah, maybe I'll go out to my desk. There's not much room on the dining room table because I've exploded in the house. There we go. Let's do a happy birthday really quick. And we are done. And it looks like we're going to have to do the polished pink for our birthday because I didn't bring pale pie over. We'll see. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to stamp this on here straight, so we might just pretend it's on there. That's actually not too shabby. I think I might just leave it. No one's ever going to know. Oh, maybe. Maybe I'll pretend to attach it, and then I'll get the pale papaya later. Okay. Oh, I forgot this piece. Okay. There we go. Yes, Stephanie, the peach is beautiful. I actually think this would be beautiful with the peach designer series paper as well. Let's see, Darlene, if you can make it, anybody can. You did an outstanding job. There you go. We're going to pretend that that is pale papaya. I did not bring the ink over. Let me get all of the shrapnel out of the way, and then I will bring in the gorgeous cards. So let me bring in the inspiration. So this one is the inspiration card that I got, and then we recreated it to do some Happy Mother's Day and Happy Birthday, and they're so stinking fun. Hopefully you guys can see those okay. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Oh, you really can't even see any of them. Hold on. Let's scoot these all in there a little bit. There we go. A little bit better. Okay, so hopefully you guys enjoyed tonight's live. I really enjoyed making it, so thank you so very much. It was super fun, and hopefully you guys can get into your craft room and start playing and creating and maybe do something like this. It's a fun, fancy fold that is definitely a wow card. So if you need anything, please feel free to reach out. If not, I will see everybody on Tuesday, and have a very happy Easter. Easter's on Sunday. Hopefully you guys can see my little earrings. Somebody at work asked me if they were real peeps, and I was like, that would be a hot, sticky mess if these were real peeps. But no, they're not. They're fake. I got them on Etsy. Okay, anyways, we'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great night. Bye-bye.